Hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Yeah, pretty good week on the racetrack last week. Good old Froffy got back to the winner's circle, which was fantastic. He's had a few injuries, that horse. He's had a really bad back problem, and he's just taken a little bit of work to get back, and no doubt the facilities here at the farm have really helped him, and really well done to the staff, because he's been really hard work to sort of get him right, and great ride by Dean Yendall as well. He kicked him out of the gates and got him sort of up and going, and then he was very tough for the line, which was really good. Another horse called London Fog, he seems to be going really good. Looks like a pretty nice sort of progressive staying horse, that horse. He'll no doubt win a couple of races this time in, and then next time maybe as a 4-year-old really progress to be quite a nice horse. Geez, we're going to have a busy week this week. We'll start off, we're going to take Kawabata to Adelaide, and still not really sure whether we're going to or not. She's just had a little bit of a leg issue, and obviously we won't risk her at all if there's any injury there at all, but we'll get her checked out before she goes, and if all's good, she'll head off to the South Australian Fillies Classic. But as I said, if she's not 100%, we certainly won't be risking her at all. We'll also take a filly called Inyanga to Caulfield, really throwing her in the deep end, but she looks like she's going to be a pretty high quality filly, and we're more or less doing that just more to get a line on exactly where she sits in the big picture of things. She could very easily just take her to a little nondescript maiden, and she'd be pretty hard to beat, and so we're just going to throw her right in the deep end, get a bit of a line of her. She's a beautifully bred filly, and she was actually purchased more to be a broodmare than a racehorse, so we're just going to have a look and good see how she goes at Caulfield on Saturday, and make an assessment whether we plan for her to go off to starters early in her career, or whether she's going to be worthwhile keeping. She's certainly a bloody nice horse. Runners at Geelong Friday, we're going to have a team of horses in there. We'll start off with Conciello. He's been over racing a fair bit, that horse, and we're just going to bring him back in distance. He's won over that sort of track in distance before, so we'll give him a crack there. His last couple of starts, he just jumped out and gone a bit hard over a mile, so we're bringing him back to the 1300, which should suit. A horse called King Manu, we rode him forward the other day, and it was probably come against us a fair way. He drew a wide barrier and went forward, and he used a fair bit of petrol early and was left very, very wanting late. So instead of that, we're just going to ride him a little bit off the speed and see how he goes there. But his work was good through the week, and I expect him to improve a fair bit. Yeah, we'll run this horse called Macrobius. He's only had the one start, and for one win, he went really well first up. Had a good spell, and he's come back in. We've really concentrated on getting this horse to settle and finish off. He's by Dylan Thomas out of a staying mare, so out of a Monsieur mare. So although he won really fresh first up last time, I'd be pretty surprised if he won tomorrow on Friday. We're really concentrating on getting him to learn to settle and finish off, so we intend to riding him back and then let him get home. Horse called Cool World will also run. He ran a really good third first up, probably over raced a little bit, and Ryan Maloney rode him and said he probably just needs to be bringing him back in distance, so we're bringing him back from the 1200 back to the 1100, and it's actually a bit of a strong race, that race. I didn't think it'd be as strong as it is, but he no doubt will go really well. Little filly called Pixis. She's a little speedy filly who can tend to over race a little bit, but she looks to be in the right sort of race. She'll kick out and she'll go forward, and she'll give a real hell of a sight. Her work was very, very slick through the week, which was great. First starter called Moot. Big sort of, big heavy sort of going horse. He's going to probably take a couple of runs. He's deceptively fit. You look at him in the enclosure and you'll say, geez, he's bloody fat, but he galloped up this morning, and was really surprised how well he got to the line. So he might be a horse that could sort of run a place at sort of odds. We'll also take Spherical to Kilmore on Sunday. His form's been a bit average, and we've changed a lot of things around with him. We've worked him a lot harder and put him over a couple of little logs, and really happy with his turnaround. I've no doubt at big odds he'll run a really, really good race on Sunday. Thoroughbred Club of Geelong had a fantastic night through the week. They invited Racing.com's own Shane Anderson down as a guest speaker at Le Parisien restaurant, and fantastic night. I thought it was lots of local trainers and owners turned up, and it was a really, really good night. Thanks very much to Shane for coming down, and we thought he was very insightful to everything he told us, and great initiative from the club. They're taking it a bit of a new direction and having some different sort of functions. It was fantastic. The busy life of Pete Sanders. He can't make it up to the farm this week, so he's done a recording for us for his tips. Come on, Pete, tip us a winner. It's about time. Here's Pete with his tips.
We're going to Scone, race 6, number 5, Rose of Choice. Around about a 5-1 shot. Reckon it will run well. And Caulfield Saturday, race 5, number 3, Miss Rose Delago, also about 5 to 1. My value bet for the day, the most important one, is Caulfield again, race 4, number 6, Samakaray, Meach and Cox. About a 10, 12 to 1 shot, I reckon will run really, really well. So good luck, good punting.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who sent in all our jokes to us this week. It was very interesting, some of the jokes. Certainly some jokes that you would never be able to tell on this medium. But our joke this week comes from a friend of ours in England. He said that there was 4 jockeys actually driving to the races, and they had a terrible accident and they were all killed. They had a big explosion in the car, smashed into an oil tanker, and everyone got terribly, terribly burnt, and it was just terrible. So the doctor actually rang up one of the local trainers and said that your stable jockey has just had a terrible accident, he's been killed, and we wonder if you could come in and identify the body. So he walked into the morgue, and the doctor lifted up the first sheet and he said, no, that's not the jockey. And he lifted up the second sheet, he said, no, that's not the jockey. Lift up the third sheet, no, that's not my jockey. And he lifted up the fourth sheet, he said, yep, that's him. And the doctor said, that's amazing, how could you identify the body? They were so badly burnt. And he said, mate, you've obviously never seen him ride. He said he's ridden with him for 6 months and he's never run in the first 3 yet. See you next week. Thanks, that's it. Yeah. Okay, again. Anything on our video, or they're interested in anything, by all means just send us an email. I've completely lost. Yeah, had a good week last week. We produced a few first starters, and any sort of luck, we probably could have had a couple of winners. As it was, we had a winner, a second and a third. Saturday mornings are pretty good. Come up and have a bit of a look, watch a few track gallops, and more than welcome anytime. Just give us a call a couple of days before. Cheers. Cheers.